Today is part 2 of my story, and I just want to take it back a step. And you can go watch part 1 if you feel like you're not caught up. I'm going to take it back to homecoming. So I said that we were going to run away after Thanksgiving, but what I failed to mention is that before Thanksgiving, we had the homecoming game. What involved the homecoming game was voting for homecoming queen. As a cheerleader, a senior in our senior year, every senior cheerleader gets nominated for homecoming queen, okay? I've thought about that my entire career as a cheerleader since 7th grade. I knew that going into being a cheerleader was that when I got to be a senior, I was going to be in the nominations because that's the way our school did it and looked forward to it. I get nominated and my brother's in 10th grade. Brian is in 11th grade and I'm a senior. And my brother's like coming home telling me, oh my gosh, I'm out there. I'm campaigning for you. I want you to win. And then Brian starts saying that. He's like, I have all my friends and the football team and they're going to vote for you. And you're going to be homecoming queen. And I said to him, I can't be homecoming queen. I am pregnant. Okay. All I could think about is like, do you want to have a homecoming queen who is pregnant? I did not feel worthy of that title, nor did I want it to be, because Monday morning I knew we were running away and people were going to find out. And then I was going to be homecoming queen and they're going to be like, oh my God, she was pregnant. Like what? So I was like, no, please God, no, that cannot happen. So we're standing out in the hallway waiting to be announced into the gymnasium where they're going to pick the next homecoming queen. And I remember walking out into the gym and standing there and being like, please God, no. Like, please do not let this happen to me. It will be so embarrassing. And I do not want that at all. Anyway, it didn't happen. I didn't get voted homecoming queen, and I was thrilled because it took all the weight off. And it's really funny because had I not been pregnant, I would have been really upset about it. Okay, like super duper upset. That just tells you how things work out in your favor. And I didn't have to be upset about it. I was absolutely ecstatic, and I was ecstatic for my friend who got to be homecoming queen. And I thought I got all the kind of perks of being nominated without having to actually be the queen and then having to deal Monday morning with the blowback of, oh my God, our homecoming queen is pregnant. So I just thought that was just a really funny add-in to this story because it tells you like the consequences, okay? The consequences that you just don't think about on a Friday night when you decide to have sex without a condom. You're not thinking that far ahead. And that one Friday night changed my life forever and Brian's. Let me tell you also, this is going to be a shorter video. I also want to talk about the name of my YouTube channel. So it's called In Your Arms because it was a line from the song that was Brian and my first song together, which was a Genesis song called Follow You, Follow Me. And I was going to call it that at first. And then I was reading through the lyrics and I thought, you know what? If there's anything that I think about him and I, and even like all my relationship with God that I have gone through in my life, for some reason, arms always feel like it's such a protecting thing. Brian was so much bigger than me, okay? And I would just melt in his arms. Like, he was the first boyfriend I ever had that I would just like, he would hug me and it felt amazing and real. And I felt safe and secure. And then thinking about like my relationship with God, I picture that same sensation. Like when I'm at my lowest, when I've gone through hard times, I can feel like his arms around me, protecting me. So that was why I named it this you know, I thought it really was fitting for my life and I loved it. And that's exactly why. And you know what? Even as I'm thinking about it in this very minute, when you have a baby, I mean, what do you remember the best thing about having a baby is holding a baby in your arms. That is such an amazing feeling. As a mom, we live for that. You hold them as long as they will let you hold them. So it also is fitting for that too. So I really like the name, and that's why I named it that. I will get back to in the next part what happens when we run away and shit hits the fan per se. So thank you for watching.